Peace to everyone, and welcome to the premiere of our new historical and legal investigation, The Throne of David, Reclaiming the Lineage of the King. In this series, we are examining the formal dynastic credentials behind the ultimate royal title of antiquity. Modern readers often bypass ancient genealogical lists as mere administrative registries. However, in first-century Near Eastern jurisprudence, a claim to a royal throne was void without a verified legal paper trail. Tonight, we analyze the two distinct records of Matthew and Luke to uncover the master legal framework of the royal inheritance. To decode the architectural genius of the Gospel genealogies, we must recognize we are looking at two entirely distinct legal documents. Matthew presents the official royal succession through Solomon, establishing the legal line of the kings of Judah through Joseph. Luke conversely traces the biological ancestral line through Nathan, tracing backwards through Mary. Why are two distinct lines structurally required? A legal title without biological royal blood is a myth, and biological royal blood without legal succession yields no rights to the throne. Look at the profound legal harmony between these two columns. Matthew writes to establish legal title, opening his registry with the book of the genealogy of Jesus Christ, the son of David, the son of Abraham. He establishes the royal right to reign. Luke, writing as a precise historian, traces the physical human bloodline all the way back to Adam, demonstrating that Christ is truly the seed of the woman and a physical descendant of David. Together, they form an ironclad dual-key security system, validating both legal right and physical inheritance. In Jeremiah chapter 22, an absolute legal crisis hits the house of David with a decree that no man of Jeconiah's offspring shall sit on the throne of David. If the Messiah were a direct physical son of Jeconiah, he would be disqualified, and if not in Jeconiah's line, he would lack legal claim. Divine wisdom solves this legal trap through the virgin birth and legal adoption. Jesus receives legal title through Joseph without inheriting the physical blood curse, while receiving physical Davidic blood through Mary in Nathan's line. How does Mary pass her Davidic lineage to her son under Hebrew law? In Numbers chapter 27, the Daughters of Zelophehad brought a historic legal appeal regarding inheritance when a family had no male heirs. The statutory ruling established that if a father had no sons, his inheritance could pass through his daughters, provided they married within their own tribe. Heli, Mary's father, had no sons. Mary married Joseph of the tribe of Judah. Through this precise statutory precedent, the physical bloodline rights of David flowing through Nathan were legally anchored and transferred directly to Jesus. Consider the incredible precision of this dynastic architecture. The skeptics of the ancient world attempted to dismiss the claims of Christ by citing inconsistencies between the two genealogical lists. But when subjected to rigorous historical and legal analysis, those perceived discrepancies evaporate into a masterclass of statutory alignment. Every detail, from the Abrahamic covenant down to the royal adoption in Bethlehem, was engineered to ensure that when the king stepped into history, his legal credentials were 100% unassailable in the supreme courts of heaven and earth. The design metric is 100% integrity. The archives of the first-century temple held the complete public records of every family line in Israel until their destruction in AD 70. During his public ministry, not a single legal opponent, Sanhedrin scholar, or Roman official was able to successfully contest Jesus' public claim to the lineage of David. His paper trail was completely bulletproof. He remains the only individual in human history who can legitimately claim the legal title to the Davidic throne. Let's run an intense baseline audit on your operational confidence this morning. How are you evaluating your standing? Are you acting like an illegitimate striver, trying to build your value on your own achievements, corporate titles, or personal checklists? Are you an unanchored heir living in fear that your past liabilities can void your future? Or are you an adopted kingdom citizen? Stand firm in your position today. Through Christ, your adoption into the royal lineage is legally sealed, your inheritance is guaranteed, and your identity is unshakable. As we bring our opening episode of The Throne of David to a close, let's stand in the quiet majesty of the royal archives. What lie are you believing about your worth that the legal bloodline of the king hasn't already dismantled? Step out of the identity crisis. Trust the precision of the covenants. Rest in your royal adoption and walk in total kingdom dominion. Thank you for watching. In our next episode, we will decode the royal birth narrative, the legal census of Augustus, and the geopolitical maneuvering in Bethlehem. It is all about Jesus.